My name is Rafi, 32 years old, and I live in a small village on the slopes of Mount Sumbing. My life used to be simple, but full of hardship. I had a wife and a 5-year-old son. We lived in a small house that once belonged to my parents, and my days revolved around fixing old televisions, fans, and radios for a living. I earned just enough to survive, but never enough to live. When the rainy season came, business died. People preferred waiting for better weather rather than calling for repairs. Debts piled up in the village cooperative, and my wife, Mira, started crying silently at night. Our kitchen rarely produced smoke anymore, and our son's school fees were months overdue. One night, while drinking coffee at a stall near the mosque, I met Surip, an old friend I hadn't seen in years. To my surprise, he looked rich. He wore branded clothes, a heavy gold ring, and had just parked a shiny new motorbike outside. He smiled. "Life's good now, Rafi," he said casually. "All it takes is a little courage and a small deal." I frowned. Deal? What kind of deal? He leaned closer and lowered his voice. "You know the big silk cotton tree near the southern rice fields, the one people call Randu Alas?" Of course I knew it. Everyone did. The villagers believed it was cursed. No one dared to pass it at night. Sorip smirked. "That's where you make a deal. Once, if you dare, your life will never be the same again." Ever since that conversation, I couldn't stop thinking about his words. I tried to brush them off, but every time I saw my wife's weary face or my son asking for food, the thought returned. That cursed tree under the moonlight. A few days later, I started having the same dream over and over. I was standing before the Rendu Alas tree, surrounded by thick fog. From somewhere far away came the faint sound of gamelan music. Under the tree stood a figure with its back to me. I couldn't see its face, but its voice was deep and hollow. "Come to me, Rafi. I've been waiting." I woke drenched in cold sweat, but the more I tried to forget, the more the dreams came. One night, I heard footsteps outside my house. When I opened the door, no one was there, but right on the ground in front of me lay a single, fresh randu leaf, still damp with dew. The next morning, I went to find Surip. He looked at me knowingly and said, "If you've been called, it means he's chosen you. But remember, everything has a price." He leaned closer. "Go there this Friday night, alone. Don't speak to anyone before you leave. Don't bring anything, not even a prayer." Something in his eyes unsettled me, a kind of hollow emptiness that didn't belong to any living man. That Friday night, the air was colder than usual. The moon was half covered by clouds, and the sound of insects faded as I walked along the narrow dirt road toward the fields. When I reached the Randu Alas tree, my steps froze. It was enormous, its roots thick as a man's body, its branches stretching like black arms in the dark sky. Every instinct in me screamed to go home, but my feet moved forward on their own. Standing beneath it, I felt the air shift, heavy, suffocating. The wind stopped. Silence. Then, from behind the trunk, a tall shadow appeared. Its eyes burned red like embers. "I know why you've come," the voice said. It was deep and rough, echoing as if spoken inside my skull. "You want money, don't you?" I couldn't speak, I only nodded. The figure chuckled, a sound like rust scraping metal. "Place an empty envelope under your bed each night. In the morning, it will be full. But remember," its tone dropped into a growl, "never, ever turn on your lights at night, no matter what happens." My voice trembled. "Why?" The thing leaned closer until I could smell iron and decay. "Because if you do, you'll see who fills the envelope." Then the wind howled, the earth seemed to pulse beneath me. When I opened my eyes, the shadow was gone. Only a white envelope remained at my feet, sealed with a black wax mark. The next morning, my hands shook as I opened the envelope. Inside, crisp new bills, 5 million rupiah, real money. I stood there frozen. When I gave some to Mira, her eyes widened. "Where did this come from, Mas?" she asked. "From work," I lied. That was the first lie of many. The following night, I left another empty envelope. By dawn, it was filled again. 2 weeks passed. My debts were gone. The roof was fixed. I even bought a new motorbike. But the nights grew colder. The air inside the house felt heavier. Sometimes I heard faint footsteps in the living room or something dragging across the floor. When Mira asked why I refused to turn on the lights at night, I smiled weakly. "Electricity's expensive," I said. Then came the whispers. Some nights, when everything was still, I'd hear crying beneath the bed. A woman's voice, low and soft, whispering, "Don't turn on the light, Ruffy. I'm still here." 3 months went by. The money kept coming. So did the fear. My son, Dimas, began having nightmares. He said a tall guest visited him every night, standing near his bed, watching. One night, while I was half asleep, Mira, tired of the darkness, reached for the light switch. The moment the light flicked on, a loud crash erupted from the living room. Glass shattered. I leapt from bed. The envelope under our mattress was burning, bursting into flames on its own. Mira screamed, "What's happening, Mas?" Before I could answer, the walls darkened and a massive shadow with glowing red eyes spread across the room. "She turned on the light," the voice thundered. "You broke the pact, Rafi." The air grew thick, metallic. The shadow began to move toward us. I grabbed Mira and Dimas and ran out of the house. As we fled, I glanced back and saw the black figure holding the burning envelope, laughing softly. "Now, it's time for you to pay." After that night, my life unraveled. The envelope stopped appearing. My new motorbike wouldn't start, no matter how many times I tried. And every time I looked in the mirror, my reflection seemed older, my skin grayer, my eyes sunken, like I hadn't slept in years. Mira left me soon after, taking Dimas with her. I stayed behind, alone in that house. trapped with my fear. Each night, the whispers came back. Sometimes I saw the figure outside the window, standing motionless. Sometimes I felt its cold breath behind my ear when I tried to sleep. I tried leaving the house, but no matter where I went, a white envelope would appear on the bed, sealed with that same black wax. I once tried to burn it. The fire died the instant it touched the paper. One night, I dreamed of the Randu Alas again. The figure stood there, smiling, grotesque, and satisfied. It said, "I told you, light is the one price you cannot pay. Now, your time is almost up." When I woke, there were hand-shaped bruises around my neck. I knew running wouldn't save me, so I went back to the cursed field, to the tree that started it all. The night was dead silent. The sky looked bruised, blood red. When I arrived, someone was already there, standing beneath the tree. It was Sarip, but not the Sarip I remembered. He was thin, his skin pale as ash, and half his face looked burnt away. "Sarip," I whispered. He turned slowly, his eyes empty. "I broke the pact first. Now it's your turn." From behind the tree, the dark figure emerged again, taller, clearer, more monstrous than before. Its body looked charred, its eyes burning brighter than ever. "Do you wish to end the pact, Rafi?" it said, voice echoing like thunder. I fell to my knees. "Take everything, the money, the house. I don't want any of it." It laughed, a horrible metallic sound that made the earth shake. "Not that simple. Every pact must be paid in full. And you, Rafi, you lit the light." The ground trembled. The sky turned crimson. I screamed as the soil beneath my feet opened, dragging me down. The last thing I heard before the darkness swallowed me was Sarip's fading voice. "Never trust that tree. It's not just a tree." 3 months later, people in the village started talking. Some said I ran away to escape debt. Some said lightning struck me while walking home through the fields. But one farmer swore he saw me. He claimed that every Friday night, he'd spot a man standing beneath the Randualos tree, holding a white envelope and smiling blankly. Now, every Friday Cleavon, the tree trembles softly as if something breathes within it. Those who pass by say they hear whispers. "Don't turn on the light. He's still working." My old house stands empty, but at night, people sometimes see the bedroom light flicker on, even though the electricity was cut long ago. And on the dusty table inside, there's always a single white envelope, sealed with black wax. No one dares open it, because everyone knows whatever's inside isn't money. It's the last piece of the pact beneath the Randualos tree.